Bring your feet out in front of you, and then you can just lower yourself onto the ground and bring your feet so that you can touch or almost touch your heels. And you want your feet to be touching and your knees to be touching. So you're squeezing the knees together and the feet are side by side, and you want to lift your upper body up and squeeze through your shoulder blades, and then lower yourself back down with your shoulder blades squeezed. And then take your hands and press them into the ground, and then lift up through your hips, and then slowly lower the hips down towards the ground. So we're making our movements really nice and slow. So lifting the hips up, squeezing through the glutes, and slowly lowering back down. So lifting up, squeezing the glutes, and lowering back down. So keeping your belly button drawn in towards your spine. Lifting up the hips, squeezing through the glutes, and lowering back down. So you're imagining that your lower ribs are cinching towards your hips, and you're pulling your belly button towards your spine, lifting the hips all the way up, and slowly lowering down. Squeezing at the top, keeping that core nice and strong, and slowly coming back down. So really feeling your muscles engage with every movement, keeping those knees squeezing together, and trying to get the lower back to touch all the way down after each movement. And we'll do one more here. Squeezing at the top and slowly lowering back down. Now you're going to keep your toes together and separate your heels. And we'll do the same thing. So keep the hands bracing against the ground. Lift the hips up, squeezing through the glutes, contracting through the core, and slowly lower down. Lifting up, squeezing the glutes, and slowly lowering down. Belly button drawn towards the spine with each movement. Moving in a nice and slow and controlled pace. Really feeling those muscles engage with each repetition. And noticing if it feels any more or less challenging with this variation as opposed to the other one. And one more here. Great job. Then take your heels together and then separate your toes. So you're in a V position. And then same thing, lift up your hips, squeezing through the glutes, and then slowly lower back down. Squeezing through the core, belly button towards the spine. Moving nice and slow and controlled, really feeling those glute muscles engage. And noticing how you feel with this variation as opposed to the last two. And we'll do 3 more here. Squeezing the glutes and slowly lowering back down. Beautiful job. And then you're going to take your feet hip width apart and take the heels in a little bit further, closer towards your glutes. Lift up your shoulder blades, squeeze your shoulder blades, and then lower down onto your squeezed shoulder blades. And then lift up through your hips, come onto your tippy toes, flare your knees out to the side, bring the knees back in, lower the heels, and then lower your back down towards the ground. Lift back up, come onto your tippy toes, knees out to the side, knees back in, lower the heels, and lower down the hips. Lift up, heels up, knees to the side, knees in, lower the heels, and lower the hips. Hips up, onto the toes, flare the knees, knees back together, heels down, lower the hips. Hips up, lift the heels, get those knees to the side, bring the knees back in, lower the heels, and lower the hips. Lift up, lift the heels, flare the knees, knees back in, heels drop, and lower the hips. So we'll do 3 more here. Lift back up, lift your heels, flare the knees, knees back in, drop the heels, lower the hips. Hips up, lift the heels, knees to the side, knees back in, drop the heels, lower down. And last one. Lift the hips up, lift the heels, knees to the side, knees back in, drop the heels, and lower down. Great job. Then take one knee at a time towards your chest and just grab the knees, giving yourself a nice big hug, stretching out through the lower back and the glutes. And you can just rock back and forth here if you wish. Great job. And then take the knees up to the sky in a 90-degree angle so you can just peek at your toes. And from here, you're going to lift your hands up off the ground. And if you can, lift your head up off the ground, tucking your chin towards your chest. Draw your belly button towards your spine. and then begin to pump the arms down. So keeping your core engaged, drawing your belly button towards your spine as you just pump those arms down. And then you're going to straighten the right knee and point the toes, keeping the left knee bent, and continue to pump those arms. Then that right knee back in, and then extend the left knee out long, point the toes, and continue to pump those arms down. Squeezing through the core. Left knee back in, extend the right knee. If you need to drop the head down, you can definitely do that. Right knee back in, extend the left knee, continue to pump. Left knee back in, and then right knee out long, pointing the toes. And back in, and last one here. Pumping those arms, contracting the spine, the belly button to the spine. That left knee extended, pointing the toes. There we go. And then lower back down, lower those feet to the ground. Just take a moment. And then keeping the knees in the sky, the feet planted, you're going to reach towards the right side, your right heel, and then reach towards the left heel. So you're just bending to the side to touch the heel and coming back up. Just moving right from one side to the other, keeping your belly button drawn towards the spine. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. Great job. And then lower back down. And then you're going to lift that left knee up towards the sky in a 90-degree angle, just being able to peek at your toes. And then you're going to take your right hand behind your head, and you're going to lift up and trying to touch the right elbow towards the left knee and back down. It doesn't have to all the way touch, but just you're aiming the elbow towards that knee and back down. So squeezing through the core as you reach that right elbow to the left knee. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. And last one here. And then lower down that left foot. And then lift the right knee in the sky, just being able to peek at those right toes. Take the left hand behind your head and then try to touch your elbow or reach the elbow towards the right knee. And noticing if it feels any different from one side to the other. And last one here. Great job. Then you're going to lift both feet up to the sky. Point your toes towards you and your heels away. And you're going to take your right hand and reach for the outer left leg and then back down. And then left hand to the outer right leg and back down. So tapping the opposite leg towards as close to the heels as you can. And 5 more. Okay, and slowly lower back down. Great job. Just giving yourself a moment. And taking the hands together, the elbows and forearms together, and then pumping your arms up, and then lowering the arms. So keeping the arms hovering above your head in a straight position, and you're pulling your elbows down towards your belly, and then you're pushing your arms up over your head, keeping the elbows, the forearms, the hands touching, trying to keep those arms moving in a straight line. Great job. And then lower down the arms and cross your right knee over top of your left, and then pull your knees towards your chest. Feeling a nice stretch through the glutes. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. Breathing into any tension you feel and letting all of that tension go out your nose or mouth as smoke. Then drop those knees crossed down towards the left side, and then open up your right arm into a 90-degree angle or into a T, or just lower it down by your side, looking over your right shoulder. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. If you like, you can keep that left hand anchored down onto the legs, or you can open up that left arm into a 90-degree angle to open through the chest and the shoulders. Breathing into any tension you feel, letting it all go out the nose or mouth as smoke. Inhaling deeply and exhaling twice as long as your inhale. Noticing where in your body you can soften and relax a little bit more. And take 3 more long, deep breaths here. And then slowly bring your feet back down onto the mat. Lower your hands to the ground. Lift your hips towards the sky and hold the hips up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then slowly lower down and then cross the left knee over top of the right knee. And then pull those knees towards your chest, giving yourself a nice big hug. Noticing if there's any change from this side compared to the other. Noticing where you can soften and relax a little bit more into the stretch. Breathing into your body and exhaling out the nose or mouth. Then slowly dropping those knees over towards the right side. And opening your arms up into 90 degrees. Or you can have your arm out into a T shape or just resting by your side. Noticing how you feel on this side compared to the other. Breathing into any tension you feel, letting it all go out the nose or mouth as smoke. And looking over your left shoulder. Feeling the gravity helping relax your body and push those shoulders down towards the ground. Opening up through the chest, the shoulders, the rib cage. Feeling your body soften and relax more and more with each breath. Breathing deeply into your belly, feeling your belly rise, your chest rise, and feeling your belly fall and your chest fall. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. Exhaling twice as long as your inhale. And letting any tension go out the nose or mouth as smoke. And take 3 more long deep breaths here. And then bring those feet back down to the ground, hands down to the ground. Lift your hips up towards the sky and hold them for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down the hips. Take the soles of the feet together and lower the knees down towards the ground. Bringing those knees into a nice diamond shape. And you can do the same with your hands if you like, taking the hands behind your head and flaring the elbows out to the side, stretching through the chest, the shoulders, and the inner thighs and the hips. Breathing deeply and exhaling fully. Feeling the weight of the gravity, relaxing your body. Noticing how you feel on one side compared to the other. And just breathing into any tension you feel and letting it all go out the exhale. Breathing deeply and exhaling twice as long as your inhale. Relaxing more and more with every breath. Noticing where you can soften and relax a little bit more. And take 3 more long, deep breaths here. And slowly lower the legs. So just gliding your feet away from you as those knees stay out to the side. Slowly lowering down all the way. And then when your knees extend, bring your toes back up towards the sky, lifting your arms up to the sky and lifting your arms above your head, giving yourself a nice big stretch, stretching out long, and then letting your arms and legs spread apart, relaxing down into the floor. Allowing the gravity to relax your body, grounding you into the earth. And set the intention to release any energy that's not serving you down into the earth beneath you. Releasing any worries, any fears, any stress. Letting it all go, draining away from you and leaving you on your exhale. Softening into your body. Noticing where you can let go a little bit more. And imagining a waterfall flowing over you from the top of your head. And this waterfall of light simply washes away any remnants of energy that's not serving you. Cleansing you and rejuvenating you from the inside out. This waterfall of light washes through all of your cells, through every fiber, every layer of you, releasing any energy that's not in alignment with your highest good, releasing any stagnant or negative energy that's been held within the tissue of your body, letting that all go out the exhale and down into the earth. And the earth gladly transmute this energy into love and into light. Allow your body to sink even deeper down into the earth. Allowing this stream of white light continue to wash over you. This white light stream fills you with radiant vitality, bringing your energy and your body back into harmony and balance. And then you can slowly roll onto your side and bring yourself up to a seated position. Bringing the hands to heart center and bowing the head to the hands. The light within me acknowledges the light within you. Namaste.